try to deal with some of the questions that were raised. A little bit about me. Came up in the San Francisco Bay Area, got active in what we call the movement, in capital letters, civil rights movement, anti-war movement in the 1960s. And right from the start, when I saw the racism of the Republicans repealing the Fair Housing Act, Rumsfeld Fair Housing Act in 1964 by referendum, and the Democrats denying the Freedom Democrats from Mississippi seats at the Democratic National Convention, I asked myself, where's my party? I later learned John Lewis asked the same question at the 1963 March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom. And my party turned out to be the Peace and Freedom Party in 68, the People's Party 72 and 76, the Citizens Party 1980, ran Barry Commoner, the most prominent environmental scientist at that time. And I'm getting feedback, is that bothering you? Okay. And then in 1984, I had helped co-found the Clamshell Alliance, Anti-Nuclear Alliance. We did those mass occupations at the Seabrook Nuclear Power Plant site. Invited to a meeting to form a Green Party, St. Paul, Minnesota. The Citizens Party was having its last convention down the road. And I've been a Green Party organizer ever since. I made my living as a construction worker in the 70s and 80s, a co-op organizer in the 90s, and a Teamster until last year when I retired. And I've been asked to run for president before, now I have no excuse because I don't have a time clock anymore. So I feel like I'm being drafted again. I did get drafted during Vietnam and was in the Marine Corps. So the kind of campaign that I've talked to people about is a campaign that will build the Green Party and run on an eco-socialist program. And I'm going to focus on program. And you should read an interview that Kali Kuno did on the Green New Deal. And he had a slogan in there. He said it's eco-socialism or death. And it's really true. We know how bad the climate is. In the next couple of decades, we're going to see mass extinctions, ecosystems collapse, agricultural failure, hunger, poverty, tens of millions of climate refugees, and war for what's left. And then by the end of the century, scientists tell us, because of ocean acidification and climate warming, the phytoplankton are dying off. They produce 2/3 of the world's oxygen. Animal life is threatened because of lack of oxygen by 2100, the scientists tell us. The insects are collapsing. That means ecosystems collapse. I mean, it's not just carbon pollution. It's a whole lot of planetary boundaries that this capitalist system is violating. So I want to address two themes briefly. 1 minute each, man. And that's racial justice and eco-socialist Green New Deal. And we're thinking alike on those, if we got to pick, some issues. And I would submit to you that the same attitudes and institutions that lead to the oppression of human by human are the same institutions and attitudes that create the exploitation and destruction of nature. So if we're going to reharmonize human with human, or humanity with nature, we've got to reharmonize human with human. And racial injustice and oppression in this country, even within the movements for progressive social reform, has been the Achilles heel of those movements because we've been divided. And the rich have ruled because of that, our whole history. There's a book every Green should read called Reluctant Reformers by Robert L. Allen. He covers the history. Or read the first few chapters of Black Reconstruction by W.B. Du Bois, and you get an understanding of why this is so important. And that's my minute on racial justice. I would just say, one of the slogans I heard coming up was from the Black Panther Party. They said, Black power for Black people, yellow power for yellow people, red power for red people, brown power for brown people, white power for white people. I even had kind of problem with that because it sounded a little bit like the Klan. But their point was, the only reason racists can discriminate is because they have power. So we got to have community control of the police, the schools, housing, the businesses. And when the reparations discussion begins, when H.R. 40, the reparation bill, passes, because that's what it calls for a study, I believe they will conclude that collective reparations are the way to make the Black community whole, given this 400 history of repression. And that's because if you just write a check and give it to people and they spend it in the capitalist system, the racial capitalism we got will reproduce the same inequalities. So my 5 minutes is up. I got a lot to say about eco-socialist Green New Deal. I was the first Green New Dealer. I ran on in 2010 for governor in New York, in the US. Some Greens in Europe had done it before. And I'll just say this, we gotta raise the bar. We can't just deal with the energy sector. We gotta deal with manufacturing, agriculture, transportation, urban systems, and rebuild the whole society, and we can't do that under capitalism. The market won't do it, private incentives won't do it. The Koch brothers and Exxon are not gonna leave 2/3 of the oil, gas, and coal in the ground that we already have wells and mines for. That's what we gotta do to have a 50-50 chance of staying below 1.5 degree increase in the global temperature, Celsius, which is seen as the safe boundary. It's actually lower than that if you believe James Hansen. It's 1 degree. We passed it. So it's eco-socialism or death, as Howie said. And if you're interested in being part of an exploratory committee and telling me I should run, I got some sign-up sheets.